June 4th, 2018, Torrent Freak, IP Vanish, No Logging, VPN led Homeland Security to Comcast user. The incident, 2016, IP Vanish, under Highwinds Network Group, received a request from US Homeland Security Investigations and produced it. Connection logs, subscriber information. A user was identified and located. At the time, IP Vanish was marketing itself as zero logs. The logs existed. The company produced them. This is the only case in this series where a VPN brand actually handed over logs while claiming it had none, not a concealed breach, not an adware history, a broken promise, documented in court records, on the brand name, still being sold today. IP Vanish's response when the story broke, that was a different ownership era. The company had passed from Highwinds to StackPath to J2 Global, which renamed itself ZiffDavis in 2021. The current company does not log. The community's response, the brand made the promise. 2 independent audits since 2022 verify the current company does not log. The brand name has not changed. IP Vanish was created in 2012 by Mudhook Media, a subsidiary of Highwinds Network Group in Orlando, Florida. Highwinds was a content delivery network and infrastructure company. IP Vanish was a commercial VPN built on that infrastructure. The zero logs marketing was positioning, not founding principle. In June 2016, Homeland Security Investigations sent a records request to Highwinds. The investigation related to child exploitation. Highwinds produced connection logs and subscriber information. The user was identified. The incident became public through Torrent Freak's reporting in June 2018, drawn from court documents. IP Vanish changed ownership twice before the incident became public. Highwinds was acquired by StackPath in 2017. J2 Global, which already owned PC Mag and was building a media and internet conglomerate, acquired IP Vanish, Strong VPN, and Encrypt.me from StackPath in April 2019. J2 Global renamed itself ZiffDavis in 2021. The company that owns IP Vanish today also owns PC Mag, IGN, and Mashable. The VPN and the most widely read technology review publication in this series are in the same corporate entity. PIA was founded in 2009 and 2010 by Andrew Lee under London Trust Media. Lee came from Bitcoin advocacy and online privacy culture. The founding orientation was principle first. Open source applications published on GitHub, technical architecture designed to not record activity data, an audience of technically literate privacy users who expected evidence rather than marketing claims. In 2016, the FBI subpoenaed London Trust Media. PIA produced minimal connection metadata, no activity logs. In 2018, a second court case in a separate proceeding produced the same result. The proof chain: 2 adversarial legal proceedings, 2 empty responses, documented in court records. Andrew Lee sold London Trust Media and PIA to Kape Technologies, formerly Crossrider, for $95.5 million in November 2019. The law enforcement records are the most direct comparison available in the series. The questions they answer are specific. IP Vanish under Highwinds in 2016. When a government request arrived, did the company have logs to produce? Yes. Did it produce them? Yes. Was the no logs marketing claim true at the time? No. PIA under London Trust Media in 2016. When a government subpoena arrived, did the company have logs to produce? No, because the system was not designed to store them. In 2018, the same question in a different proceeding produced the same answer. The distinction is not about which company was braver or more principled under pressure. IP Vanish had logs because its system was designed to have them, regardless of what the marketing said. PIA did not have logs because its system was designed to not have them. The outcome of the law enforcement request was determined by the technical architecture, not by a decision made when the request arrived. IP Vanish's defense since the incident: that was a different corporate entity, Highwinds, not the current ZiffDavis company. Leviathan Security Group in 2022 and Shellman in 2025 have both audited the current IP Vanish configuration under ZiffDavis ownership and found no logs stored. The current company does not log, and the audits verify that claim against the technical infrastructure as it exists today. PIA's post-acquisition position Deloitte Audit, Romania has verified the no-logs configuration in 2024 and 2025 under Kape ownership. The Q1 2026 Transparency Report shows zero data produced in response to authority requests. The proof chain that Andrew Lee built continues under different owners. Both brands have current audit verification. The difference in their histories is permanent. The current product comparison between IP Vanish and PIA is unusually close on practical features. Both offer unlimited simultaneous connections, which neither NordVPN nor ExpressVPN matches. Both have server networks of comparable size. IP Vanish at over 3,200 servers across 113 countries, PIA at the same specification. Both have been independently audited post-scandal. The feature differences matter to specific users. PIA's MACE provides DNS-level ad, tracker and malware blocking as a built-in feature with no separate application required. PIA's applications are open source and publicly reviewable on GitHub under the PIA-FOSS organization, making it the most technically transparent VPN in this series. PIA adopted WireGuard early, and the protocol performs well across the network. IP Vanish's post-2026 digital security expansion, adding threat protection, a secure browser, and cloud storage, moves it toward a broader security product similar to Nord Security's bundled approach. The ownership structures are both complicated in different ways. ZiffDavis is publicly traded, which creates more transparency obligations than Kape's private unique mind structure. But ZiffDavis is an American company under US jurisdiction, subject to FISA national security letters and US government compulsion mechanisms that operate without public disclosure. Kape is a private company controlled by a single billionaire with an adware history and no public reporting obligations. Neither ownership chain is a simple trust signal. The PCMag conflict at ZiffDavis and the VPN Mentor and WizCase conflict at Kape follow the same pattern. Both companies own VPN products and review properties that cover those products. PCMag has broader brand authority. Kape's review properties have a larger VPN-specific footprint. Both disclose the relationship somewhere other than inside the individual review. For users who weight the law enforcement record as the primary variable, PIAA is the only choice. The proof chain from 2016 and 2018 is the strongest evidence in this series that a VPN's no-logs promise survived real federal legal pressure on two separate occasions against two separate law enforcement agencies. The IP Vanish record under Highwinds is the most concrete evidence in this series that a zero-logs claim was false when it mattered. Current audits of both brands say the present configurations do not log. The historical record says one brand's promise was true when tested and the other's was not. For users who accept the previous ownership argument for both brands, the comparison shifts to current product quality, features, price, and the ownership chain question. On current product quality, PIIA's open source applications and court-tested proof chain under new audits represent stronger technical transparency. On pricing, PIA is lower at the multi-year tier. On ownership transparency, ZiffDavis's public company status creates more accountability than Kape's private structure, even with the US jurisdiction concern. The previous ownership argument is asymmetric, and this asymmetry is the key to the comparison. IP Vanish asks users to accept that a company called IP Vanish can be trusted with a zero-logs promise, even though IP Vanish broke that promise under prior ownership. PIA asks users to accept that the same technical architecture that proved trustworthy under Andrew Lee remains trustworthy under an adware company's ownership. These are different kinds of trust requests. One concerns whether the brand made a promise it could not or did not keep. The other concerns whether the brand's technical architecture can survive a change in who controls it. Both requests require accepting something on faith. The law enforcement record is the only part of this comparison that requires no faith at all. IP Vanish is the broken promise. PIA is the proof chain under new management. Between them, they represent the two most evidence-rich trust decisions in this series.